Okay, y'all. Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. If you clicked on this video, you're trying to see me do some DIY box braids with the gold, blonde, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, this is probably my second time ever doing like my full head of box braids, and these are definitely smaller. So let's hop right into it. You'll need some hair. I have some Just Glam hair, and I believe it's a 65 inch. And Touchdown Edge Tamer. It's coconut and obviously a rat tail comb. And this video is moving a little bit faster than when I'm talking, but so obviously here I did majority of the head first. It's pretty long. It's probably down to my waist. And I have a little section left, and honestly, y'all, it took me so long to get through this. For real, like, it took me a little minute. I started on Thursday night at around 7, and this is Saturday morning. Okay, so technically on Friday, I was, had my family over. They saw me with a half head, and we was still vibing and kicking it, and I took a lot of breaks, so it probably wouldn't take that long, maybe a full day's worth. But what you can see here is I'm just sectioning the last piece that's there, and I will tell you, like, the shapes that I made, y'all, especially for the back, like, when you start to do these things and you start to do these things on your own, like, you do seriously get superpowers, like legit superpowers. They say any woman who braids their own hair has superpowers. But I say that all to say that, when you first start out doing these things, you don't have to make it perfect, and as you can see, like, my shapes aren't perfectly square. Some of them are triangles, some of them are kind of abstract-y. But I kind of tried to keep with the flow of, square, and then I did kind of make them more triangular up at the top, which you'll see some at the top like that. But first and foremost, yes, I'm taking a strand of hair here, and, it's not too big. I wanted these to be kind of skinny, not gonna lie, because I wanted them to lay flat. But I'm taking some of that edge control and I'm putting it at the top after I've sectioned that hair out, as much hair as I want. It really wasn't a lot. From there, I was just separating it into threes. So you'll see, me separate that one strand into 3 strands, and I just put it on the side of the couch, for real. I mean, for the first half of my head, I was doing it in the bathroom, so I had something to hang the hair on, but yeah, get crazy with the hair, man. Like, you gotta tell that hair who's boss. You can't let that hair dominate you. You're the boss. You're taking care of it. And you just pull it apart super fast, so you don't have those strayaways. And sometimes the hair will even tell you that it's like it's not gonna tangle. And it does. They lying. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they get you to buy the hair. But you can kind of play around when you start doing this to try to find the brands that you really like. I think this brand particularly tangled a little bit more than I would have liked. And since it was longer, it made a little bit, just a little bit more challenging. What you're seeing me do here is I'm putting some Eco styling gel on my hair, and then I'm also putting some oil on my hair. You can really use any type of oil or gel that you want, as long as it's non-flaky and, it's going to be moisturization, because you just want to keep your hair moisturized underneath. But what I'm doing now is I'm just separating it into 3 strands. So, and once you separate it into 3 strands, I just started braiding it like normal. Okay, and I do have a pretty decent tight grip on it. When I braid it maybe 2 times, I'll just go ahead and leave that little pincher open and take the first strand of hair and add it to my pincher. And then usually there is a piece of hair on each side of that strand of hair, so I combine it with the existing piece of hair. Sorry, it cut me off. And every time I went to fold a piece in, I went and added the next piece. So I did that kind of fast, but each pointer then has some hair. Do you see? So the pointer and your thumb, those are going to be the controllers of the hair. And as long as you have a good grip, and then you're just incorporating the hair with the braid that you're doing, then it should be good. And see how I was getting all tangled? I was like, dang, shit. It's sitting on my face. I'm looking kind of rough, y'all. I'm gonna fast forward this through. Even with, you know, braiding through this, like, I was struggling a little bit with, you know, the tangling, man. Like, I've had some hair that's, like, so beautiful and it just does not tangle, but this was not the case. This hair was pretty tangly. I think that the lighter the hair, the more tangly it is, and also quality, but my little strategy was I just, when it started to get tangly, I just pull one piece. All you have to do is pull one piece. Don't pull any other piece but one. If you try to put your whole fingers through it and pull it all at one time, it's all going to get tangled up even more. So just pull one piece. But okay, so fast forward. So now I got one more left. Okay, look at this, looking crisp. That whole section. It's probably 2 hours later. 2 hours later. Anyways, so I'm putting the oil and the gel on a strand of hair again. Okay, you gotta do it to every piece. You don't want no dry hair up under your braid. That's like defeats the whole purpose. These are protective styles, y'all. So y'all gotta keep it moisturized underneath. Pull that little strand of hair. I was so ready at this point. I was like, are we done yet? Okay, so we're pulling that. And again, you guys, this is all just takes practice. Seriously, like, the way that I learned was just by practicing and watching people. So pull those strands apart. Pull, strands, part. And like I said, I'm in charge of the hair, so I be whipping that hair and telling that hair who is boss. Like, don't let the hair intimidate you by any means. I think, you know, it's so easy to let it intimidate you because you're like, what am I doing right now? Halfway through your head, you're like, what am I doing? I've got to finish now. I'm already committed. You know, so you're already at that commitment level, and when you're done, it's so worth it, y'all. Sometimes I question how it's gonna come out, but this style came out so good, so I was really happy that I could put this video together for y'all so y'all could take a look. So okay, again, the 3 strands, and I just started braiding. Braid the 3 strands again. Take my first piece, add it, and apply it to those 2 pinchers, the pinchers. Add that hair to 2 of those pieces of hairs. Okay, now move along again. Add that hair to the pincher again. Don't overcomplicate it, y'all. Just add one side to one side and one side to the other. Boom. That piece is added. Now, add another piece. And it usually just weighs out. I mean, if the strand is small itself anyways, then it doesn't make a huge difference which side is bigger, as long as it's pretty even. You just want to make sure it's even. And I just braided it once, add more hair, braided it another time, add more hair. And you know, my parts aren't perfect, but they look pretty good. I mean, looking at it from the aerial view, I mean, I ain't doing pretty bad with the parts. So usually, you know, I'm coming at it a certain way when I start. Like, I kind of have to start from behind, like I'm doing my own head from up top, and then I kind of flip it so that I can like underhand braid it all the way down, so I'm not uncomfortable going down. But fast forwarding it a little bit, just getting through the bottom of that braid. Now I'm done, y'all. It never fails though, you guys. I always leave one strand of hair out, and it's never small enough to ignore, so I had to redo one after this, not gonna lie. But what I'm doing now is I'm putting some argan oil at my roots. This is growth stimulator oil. This is key, and my scalp is just like drinking this. Like, you guys, I have such dry hair, and so it's so important that I put this in my head. And again, this is a protective style, so you have to keep your hair oiled up. You have to keep your just because you have braids in, you know, you can't just leave your hair dry. Like, it will dry out, and you've got to moisturize it. And I kind of rubbed it in. You know, you want to be careful about that. You just got your hair done. I mean, you know, it is what it is, but for the most part, it just feels amazing to just rub this through and through. Okay, we get the point. So there's that. Through and through. I'm like getting it through the hair. And I think I got a little bit of oil on my face, so I was wiping that off. And then next, y'all, what happened? What am I doing? Okay, now I'm just doing whatever. Oh, missed the spot. Okay. Damn, that must have really felt good right there. And I encourage you guys can wash your hair, you know, with these braids. You just want to maybe put like the shampoo and water in a spray bottle and just spray your roots and then like kind of rub it down and then kind of rinse it through like that. But anyways, I'm just doing some of this ruffled body mousse, and it's just a quick dry. It's like for frizz and for, you know, keeping your hair together. Everyone puts the foam on it afterwards. So I foamed myself down here and did that the rest of my head. And then I just skipped forward to me dunking the ends in hot water. It's just going to seal that. And this is the end of the video, you guys. This is what it looked like at the end. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching.